Almost didn't make it to the stream. I was out cold, baby. Worked late last night. Good morning. Happy Sunday. It is Sunday, February 15th, 2026, man. We already halfway through February. Time just goes, man. It just keeps on going. It just keeps on moving, don't it? We already halfway through, more than halfway through Black History Month. Time is just moving. Worked late last night at the bar. It was a good night. It was a good night. I had a pretty solid day yesterday. Worked out with the little Budski. He's all pumped up for football. He wants to hit the park and train. So we did some route running, and then we went to the gym. It was a great day. And then I had work, man. I feel like I woke up for one reason, to tell the stream one thing, man. I had a dream last night about planting seeds. Bro, I don't even have dreams. I don't even have dreams, man. But last night I had a dream about planting seeds. And in that dream, I wrote it down. I woke up and I wrote it down because I was like, man, I got to write this down. In that dream, and it felt like it was in a pastor's voice. I might have heard this somewhere because it was so good. If I do need to go to church today. Going to church today. It felt like it was in a pastor's voice. This was in the dream. In the dream, in a pastor's voice, it said, "You haven't planted a seed. You've collided with one. If you've ever said, I'll grow before you do." Man. I'll say it again. And I'll just kind of break down what I think the meaning of it is. I had a dream about planting seeds, sowing seeds. A lot of pastors talk about planting seeds, right? Like tithes and offering. You know, everything I do is planting seeds. You know, editing, shows, comedy shows, connecting with comics, building relationships. Everything we do is planting seeds. Everything we do is planting seeds in life and business and relationships. Everything we do is planting seeds. Pastors talk a lot about this, planting seeds. In my dream, in a pastor's voice, I swear, I just woke up with this dream. This is the last thought I had in my dream. J Hud, what's going on? I'm talking about a dream I just had, man. I feel like I woke up and just to tell you about this dream I just had, because I woke up really late. I probably look really tired. I know I do, because I barely got to the stream this morning because I worked late last night. But last night, I'm just going over this dream because I woke up. I don't ever write my dreams down when I wake up. I don't have dreams very often, number one. I don't really have dreams. But this dream really hit in a way for me. I was like, write that down, take it to the stream. So that's what I'm doing. I wrote it down, I'm taking it to the stream. And I was dreaming about planting seeds. That's what the dream was about, planting seeds, sowing seeds. And it could be because I've been thinking about going to church today, and I'm going to go to church today because this is confirmation. But it could, and pastors talk a lot about planting seeds, sowing seeds, and things like that. So in this dream, in a pastor's voice, what I heard was, you haven't planted a seed, you've collided with one if you've ever said, I'll grow before you do. You haven't planted a seed, you've collided with one if you've ever said, I'll grow before you do. And man, that's so loaded for me. That's so loaded for me because I've said it. I've said it. I've used it as extra motivation. I've said it this year a bunch of times about a bunch of people. Oh, I'm gonna do this before you. Oh, I'm gonna get this before you. And this dream has made me realize like this resentment that I have towards people is getting in the way of the growth. There's just so much to unpack, baby. Oh man, that's good. There's so much to unpack right there. So much to unpack right there. I gotta meditate on this a little bit more, man. It's a lot, man. Maybe that's what next week is about, planting seeds, growing. I think so, because I got to unpack this big time. I'm telling you, I don't have dreams. I rarely have dreams. God needed me to hear this message and kind of and shift and adjust, because this year has been about like crushing my enemies. That's what this year has been about. I've been really fired up. I've been really fired up when it comes to certain people that have done me wrong, and it's not serving me, man. That's what that dream is telling me. The dream is telling me, God is telling me through that dream, that energy is not serving me. So I need to shift. I need to adjust. What about growth even at this age? Man, you never stop growing. You never stop growing, man. Man, I don't want to get too personal, but I have a couple people in my life that refuse to continue to grow, and they're elderly, and it's so sad. It's so sad when you decide to tap out from growth, because life is so beautiful when you choose to continue to adjust, grow, learn. Life is so beautiful. Your connections, your relationships, the blessings, your gratitude. When you continue to grow. Now, if you choose, it's a choice to be like, I'm this age. I'm this age. This is who I am. Deal with it, bro. A lot of people are like that. And man, life is too good to be like that, in my opinion. And there's so much out there for us. There's so much out there for us at every stage in life. At every stage. 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s. So much out there. So for me, you never stop growing. You could choose to ignore it. You could choose to ignore it. You could choose to ignore the growth. I have somebody very close in my life that's older, and this person does workshops and she does all the things. She's around all the knowledge, but still operates in a certain way that's very toxic to her family. It's not that she's not growing; she's refusing to grow. She's refusing to drink the water. She's refusing to sit in the soil. So that's a choice. That's a choice. But I don't think you ever stop growing or at least being exposed to growth. You know what I'm saying? J Hud. Yeah, man, that's some fire right there. You know what I'm saying? We're in church right now, baby. I'm tired. I literally just rolled out of bed. Almost didn't make the stream, but I missed 2 days this week, and that's no good. That's no good. I missed 2 days this week, but it's been an interesting week. I'm excited to move on from all this uncomfortable accountability because that's what when my stream is themed, it's what I'm processing all day. This is actually kind of like therapy for me. This stream of me just talking to this camera. I know I've been making fun of people that have therapy in weird places, but I've had a hard time finding a therapist myself. So this has been my therapy, just kind of coming on here and venting about my life in a way. This has been a rough week. I am the problem. I've been really kind of doing some self discovery and some inventory. It's an AA word, inventory. But also, I've noticed I'm a bit resentful right now. Something I got to shake off. That's probably why I had this dream. You know what I'm saying? Could be. I was up late because I'm editing a sketch that I'm excited about. And I don't want to say I'm going to spend all this time. I don't want to say it. I'm about to say it. I don't want to say I'm spending all this time on this sketch for me to post it and nobody like it. I don't want to say that, but I just said it. Leroy, what's the best thing you've learned this week or so far this year? Good question. It might be that dream. Honestly. It might be what I just said. It might be, I mean, that, like, what I just said is, like, so directly connected to the things that are going on in my life right now. Like, it's something that I gotta really, like, might be the missing link for me. You know, I'm a big Kobe Bryant fan, and one thing Kobe did when he played was he always found a nemesis, an enemy, someone to hate. That was part of his that was part of his that was just part of his animal. He needed somebody to hate. And for whatever reason, I'm competitive too. I'm an athlete too. I played football. For whatever reason, I've decided to use that this year. And although there are great people that have great methods to their madness, not every method to madnesses can be applied to other madnesses, if that makes sense. And that could be something, a misstep on my behalf. And that's why I think that dream was about. You know, that's why I think that dream was about this energy that I've been having about crushing my enemies and having enemies in the comedy game. And it's not hard because people do you wrong out here. And there's been a couple of people out here that have done me wrong, and I've been like just growing this energy towards them, like I'm gonna crush you, but not like physically, but like I'm gonna like run laps around you in a way. Let me dive into these comments. Did that answer your question? I can't think of anything else, but this dream is on my mind because it really landed. So that really feels like it would be it. What's your thought on the lack of religion in most therapeutic environments? Lack of religion. Well, I know you could find therapy that if you need more religion, like you could find somebody that's a little bit more religious with with like their approach. I know you can find that. It's never really concerned me. Like for instance, I do like a holistic kind of approach, someone that's a little bit more spiritual, and I've been able to find that most of the time. It's in their like description, but I also don't mind if it's not in there. So I don't nothing that's it doesn't really bother me. It doesn't really bother me. I mean, I have found when I've done therapy with like the church, it gets really messy because they don't really know what they're doing, and people that don't have like degrees and they're just going off of the Bible. And Christians are interesting. Christians will be like, God told me this, God told me that, God told me this. Is that God or is that you? Or did you tell yourself this? God told me to tell this to you. God told me to, like, that's run for the hills. Like, to be honest, like if someone's like, God told me to tell you this, God told me to tell you that, God told me, oh, God sent this to me to tell you, to give to you. God told me you're doing this. Man, God just talking all my business to you. Yeah, I've had that happen. I've had that happen with couples therapy. I was going to this couples therapy with my church, and this woman was so crazy. She almost broke up my marriage. I shit you not. It was when my wife just found, you know, she didn't know Christ until she met me. And she got baptized in this church, and she got really, I call new Jesus, baby Jesus freaks. You get this baby Jesus, like, oh, Jesus is like, oh, he's so new, he's a baby, I love him, and you're like all like goo goo gaga for Jesus, right? When you first find Jesus, and you just can't even see clearly, and anybody could tell you anything, and anybody could like direct you any way if they talk about baby Jesus. That's what my wife experienced that. And I've seen other people experience this. And man, she got so hypnotized by these crazy people at the church. And we started going to this couples therapy, or this couples counseling with this group at the church. And man, the leader of the group was nuts, completely nuts. And yeah, so that happens, man. When does your own personal agenda start and end when it comes to comedy? And do you target a specific audience or shoot in the dark with who you are? When does my personal agenda? So I'm really trying to make comedy, entertainment, my life. Like I've built a studio in my backyard. I'm having comedy shows. One of the comedy shows tomorrow, Comedy Fitness Live, every Monday at 7:30. Even though we've been skipping a week, every Monday at 7:30, streaming live on the Comedy Fitness Live channel. Um, I've for the last 25 years, I've been pursuing some type of entertainment, acting or comedy. I've been doing comedy for 12 years. I've been doing acting altogether for 25 years, even though I don't do a lot of acting anymore. I'm trying to look for an agent, but I don't do a lot of acting. Um, so I have been really, I've been making comedy my life, and I talk a lot on stage about being a dad. Being a dad, which is my favorite thing. Being a dad is so good for me. I am anxious already about my son being an adult and not feeling like I'm a dad anymore. Like that's being a dad has been the best part of my life these last 16 years, and that's what I talk about on stage. So I think that has answered your question. I talk a lot about that on stage. I do talk about yoga. I do talk about fitness on stage. I also do those things, but I talk about it, but I don't like talking about it as much as I like talking about being a dad. I love talking about being a dad on stage. I love the whole making fun of my son and the dad dynamic. That's what's fun for me. So I do a lot of that. All the sketches. If you go to my YouTube, my Instagram page, all my sketches are dad sketches. You know, so it's kind of all I talk about, being a dad. That sounds like an amazing approach and something a lot of people, myself included, could relate to. Thank you. Yeah. Yeah, when my son leaves the house, which is not a long ways away, he's 16 now, what am I going to talk about? Being lonely? Being a lonely dad? I think that's what I'm going to talk about. Yeah, let's not think about that. Okay. We don't want to get sad. We won't even think about it. Well, man, Jeremiah, thanks for popping in. Appreciate you. Seem new to the channel. Hope I see you again. Subscribe if you like. I'm here every morning at 9 a.m. This is the Triggered Yogi live stream. I also do live streaming comedy shows. We have one tomorrow called Comedy Fitness Live. That's actually on another page, the Comedy Fitness Live. Oh, you got three. Oh, you got two. 3 and 7, man. Those were good years. 3 and 7. You did the right thing. You had 2. I wish I had one more. But, you know, God said no. But, you know, you did the right thing. 2 boys, man. That's solid. You're blessed. You are blessed, sir. 3 and 7. Those are great years. Those are really fun years. 3 and 7. I think all the years are fun. Maybe the baby years weren't that fun, but they go by so fast. You know, people complain about the baby years, but they go by so fast. I tell everybody when they have a kid and they're in whatever stage they are, bro, sis, enjoy it. You're going to blink and that stage is going to be over. Enjoy it. It's a experience. It's an experience that you only get to have once. You don't realize You don't realize most people, when they have kids, this experience of you being a parent, you only get to have once. You take it for granted. After your kid grows up, no more kids for you. You're done with kids. This is an experience you only get to have once. Most people only get to have once. You gotta soak it in, man. It's so good. It's so good, the whole experience, in my opinion. Some people hate being a parent. I feel like my parents hated it. Who do you like in comedy? I love Richard Pryor, Eddie Murphy. Some are just a few I love. I'm not going to say the mustache has been inspired by Richard Pryor and Eddie Murphy, but I am in good company. With the stash, I've been getting a lot of heat for the stash. I started watching Eddie Murphy's documentary on Netflix. I've been seeing a lot of Richard Pryor on my algorithm. Yeah, yeah. Eddie Murphy has always been my favorite. Eddie Murphy was my era. I didn't really watch Richard Pryor when I was a kid because he was a little before my time. I'm starting to watch more of Richard Pryor now. Eddie Murphy, I think, is one of the greatest comic voices. I just think he's one of the greatest comic voices. Him and Jim Carrey, even though Jim Carrey isn't really meant to, he's not known much for stand-up, but he did stand-up, and he was good at it. But comedic wise, I mean, Eddie Murphy could do voice. I mean, he's just so talented. Eddie Murphy is just crazy. He's just crazy. He's nuts. He's everything you want to be. If you want to be an entertainer, Eddie Murphy is everything you want to be. He could do everything. Entertainment wise, he could do everything. There's nothing he can't do. He does it all. Big Eddie Murphy fan. But stand-ups, the stand-ups I like right now, of course, David Chappelle. He's the GOAT. His comedy has changed in so many different ways and styles, and now he's just like this philosopher comedian that's just so enlightened and brilliant and deep. Who else? It's funny because there's so many different styles of comedy now. It's not just stand-up. Like, I was just talking about Drewski. Drewski's one of my favorite, internet comedians, and he's never even been on stage. But I respect that from Drewski. I respect that. A lot of these internet influencer comedians, they build a following and then they go get on stage. And they don't even know comedy. And they're like, okay, well, now I'm going to go do comedy. Drewski just stays in his lane. I respect it. And he kills it, just staying in his lane. Can I watch if you have a suggestion? Yeah, shoot. Give me a suggestion. I'll watch it. Yeah, throw me a suggestion. Who else? Who else do I like right now? Who else do I like right now? Golly, man. I've been trying to watch Cat Williams' new special. I hate how Cat Williams uses the TV. I just wish he would tell jokes. But I'm a big Cat Williams fan. I just haven't liked his specials, his last couple of specials. But I'll always be a Cat Williams fan. Gosh, who did I watch? I mean, David Chappelle's the last comedy special that I watched more. Like, after David Chappelle's last comedy special, I watched it 2 other times in 2 days. That's how much I liked it. Which Way is Up? Richard Pryor, I will watch that tonight, sir. I promise you. We'll talk about it tomorrow. I will watch that tonight. Thank you for that suggestion. I have homework. I'm a I'm actually gonna do it because you gave me homework. I appreciate that, J Hud. All right, man. We hit 30 minutes. I'm happy I made it to the stream. Starting next week, we are going to change. We're going to shift the theme into planting seeds or sowing seeds or something of that nature. It was in a dream. God doesn't give me dreams very often. I got to listen to these dreams God gives me, I got to listen. All right, that's it for today. You guys have a wonderful Sunday. I'll see you tomorrow. Same triggered time, same triggered channel. Peace.